GT.
Rah, my people ready, about to get it in. Yeah.
Hey, what's up? It's your girl Kara J with the Peace of Mind Show, GT Visions Productions. We about to get this work and get in tune. Let's do it.
Yeah. Don't mean to boast, but this is it.
Yeah, this is Jimmy Neutron, GT Vision Production, Peace of Mind panel. We got guests here. It's a pleasure to have you here. Kira J,
Hey.
you know, straight from Harlem.
Yes, yes.
And
Home of the Renaissance.
that's what I'm talking about. And basically we're gonna talk about her success with this new book called Naked. And she's been doing it since she was a child, you know, and she's gonna give us more detail about this book, and it's a good book.
All right, Naked, hashtag Get Naked. It's like a compilation of poems that I did when I was young. I did like Tupac Roads That Grew From Concrete. I took each year and made it a chapter. So it starts at like 2006 and it goes on to like 2012, I think, like 2011. It's just a compilation from year to year to year. Pretty cool.
And basically this book, you also, besides the book, you're an actress as well, right?
Yes, I'm getting into acting. I'm actually enrolled in Break Into Hollywood Studios. Getting ready to graduate in March from it, so I'm doing like auditions and open calls, hopefully to break into the TV and film world.
And as far as the art, being an author, how is it being? I mean, what made you be an author?
At first, poetry was like my own personal diary. Like I would just write it to myself. That's how I had like hundreds and hundreds of poems. But then I'm like, you know, you got to share that. Somebody might need to hear that, so I couldn't keep it to myself. And I figure, what better way to share it than to publish it so my friends, family, strangers, everybody all across the world could read it. Like it's not just about me. Everybody else, you know, has to understand the message as well.
All right. So you self-published your first book at the age
through its Libris at the age of
20.
20, yes.
Okay. And basically, you know, who have you been working with to, as far as to make you, you know, help support you? Who's been supporting you?
Currently with Genius Minds, we do book tours. We go to a lot of events and interviews. I just did the 10th anniversary Circle of Sisters at Jacob Javits Center. Yes, that was amazing. Big. I sold out of all my books before the event was even over. Yes, before the event was over. So it was real good and successful. I was proud of you.
Wow. And you were born in Harlem.
Yes.
Was it a whole family?
West side of Harlem, born and raised. Yes.
Yeah.
Whole family of artistic people. We like everybody in my family is a poet. It's not just me. It's like a family thing. We all do poetry. We all into some type of artistic thing, and you know that just comes with Harlem. It's the energy that's there. You know, that's where all the creativeness was started. Like that's where it was brought back. So if you grow up in Harlem, you're doing something like singing, rapping, dancing, acting. We got our hands in all the pots.
And basically, as far as that goes, because that's historical, you know,
right.
You know what you're speaking about, and it's
right.
real, it's deep. A lot of people don't understand that out there. And Harlem has a history of representing for their ancestors, and you know, like Marcus Garvey,
right.
Malcolm X,
right.
you know, and so basically this book. Tell us more about this book. I mean, what are the fans could expect about this book? A little details, not everything, because I know you don't want to give out everything.
No. You gotta give it away. The Naked is, you know, I titled it Naked for a poem that I wrote in a book. It's called, you know, being completely open and emotionally free, like exposed, not like physically naked, but like no shield, no filter, no inhibitions. You just releasing everything into the world. So to be naked, you have to be willing to get it all out there. You have to be willing to have nothing to hide. Like you have to be able to express yourself without holding back anything. So that's where the inspiration of the book came. Like if you're feeling happy, if you're feeling sad, if you're feeling confused, if you're feeling depressed, you know, Naked gets into all the emotions. Like you're gonna get everything from it, like without holding back anything.
Yeah, so what's your favorite part of the book?
My favorite part of Naked is actually the very last poem. It's called I Write. So if you don't have an understanding of why I do what I do, that poem will tell you everything. It's talking about who I do it for, why I do it, how long I've been doing it, if I'm gonna keep doing it. I Write is basically the whole bio of me and everybody that's reading it. So if you get Naked, just turn to that last page and you'll understand completely about the whole book.
And what's your next project you got working on?
Aside from poetry, I'm really venturing a lot more into my acting. I want to get into the film industry. I want to be successful without the negative connotations of being a young African American woman. Me being 23, there's a lot of negative expectations of me. Yeah. So my next venture is to like do motivational speaking, to do women empowerment, you know, sticking together, being proud of yourself without having to degrade yourself in the same sense, you know, because in this industry, what's expected of you is twerking and not working. You know what I mean? Like, you don't gotta fight on World Star. You don't gotta do all of that to go viral. You don't have to be negative to be famous. You know what I mean? You don't have to climb those ladders to do that. You know what I mean?
So yeah, I find that it's easy to be negative than positive.
It's easy. It's so easy. All of us have that within us. It's so easier to start a drama than to fix one. Yeah. It's so easier to have an argument than a conversation. You know what I mean? Like, I'm trying to change that.
Yeah. Yeah, so what is the issues you face and what are the greater aspects?
The current issues that I'm facing right now, it comes in the form of threes. Not only am I young, I'm black, and I'm a female. So whatever discrimination that's out there, I'm getting it. You know, people discriminate against young people. They discriminate against women. They discriminate against black people. So I'm getting it multiplied by 3. And the issues that come with that is like a better understanding, because I can express to anybody who doesn't fall in those categories what we are about. And anybody that do fall in all 3 of those categories like me, I can relate to you. You know what I mean? Like, whatever I'm thinking, I'm not going through it alone. There's a lot of other young black women that are going through it as well. So, you know, we're kind of in it together.
Yeah.
I've been to job interviews where as soon as I walked in the door, they don't read my resume. You know, they look at me and have an image of what I am before they can even read what I'm qualified to do. So I know what it's like to be judged just by how you look. They coming in, they going, you know what I mean? Like, one time me and my friend did an experiment. We went in there with the same resume and she looks nothing like me. Like, she's, you know, she's light skinned, long hair, and we both were going to go for this job. And I was like, well, you go in first to see what they say, and then I'm going to go in with the same exact resume and see what happens. So when she went in, she got hired on the spot for the position that we were going for. Yeah. I went in, they wouldn't interview me. They told me there were no more jobs. This is what happens to young black females. Like, this is what we have to deal with. Like, and then it goes deeper than just being black. You got the light skin, brown skin, dark skin aspect of it. Like, people discriminate further than just being black. They want to, you know, pick and choose what type of black they're discriminating against. It's ridiculous. So we're going to break all those barriers. Like, that's what I'm here to do. I'm here to shut all of it down. I don't want anybody promoting any type of division. It's ridiculous. Like, we're going to put an end to that.
Yeah. So what are the greater aspects to overcome, being that you're young, to overcome this issue regarding what we just spoke about?
Well, I feel like a strong woman is one who can build a strong foundation with the bricks that are thrown at her. So anytime I get a curveball thrown at me, I'm so vocal that I voice my opinions to affect change. I don't just keep that experience within myself. I vocalize about it. I get a topic started about it. I get people talking about it, and that's how you change it. I report these places. I participate in all of these marches and things like that to put an end to it. So me being a female, I can be the voice for my women, but also being a female, I can understand my men as well. So I'm vocal to help us and to help them, you know, to bring the changes that need to be had. Right.
So basically, you know, you grew up in Harlem, which is good, you know, and basically you have mother and father. I'm pretty sure you have parents that experienced this as well. Yes. And you probably witnessed as a child, and this is what made you, you know, be in the position you're in now. Yes. So how did your success become viral?
Well, it was actually crazy. I was in the house one day just, you know, writing and reading over my poems, and I saw that a lot of videos were becoming passed around, like poetry, rapping, and music. So I thought I'd give it a shot, and I recorded this poem I wrote called Now We're Even. And within an hour of posting it, it had like 100,000 views. Wow. And by the end of the day, it had 1 million views. So like now it's up to millions and millions of views. People like D.L. Hughley have shared it. It's still being talked about to this day. They're commenting on it. You know, the poem is basically about a gender reversal of roles. Yeah. So I'm talking about what would happen if a woman were to step into a man's shoes. Me getting even with you, doing what you're doing to me. So that just, you know, that rose a lot of controversy and conversation. And after I dropped Now We're Even, I dropped things like Too Little Too Late, things like Good Girls, Bad Girls, that's talking about unity amongst women, not judging each other for what we do. And then I just dropped my latest poem. It was called Wolf, and that's just talking about things that African American males face in the ghetto, in the black, like being misunderstood. So I'm talking about topics like relationships and love and politics and controversy. Like, it's not just one track poetry. Like, so it all started with the Now We're Even poem, and it's transitioned along with it.
So also on Facebook.
On Facebook, on YouTube, on Instagram, it's crazy. It's crazy, millions of views. And people write me every day telling me that, you know, they need my poems and my work to get through their week. Yeah. I had a girl, you know, I was up till like 3 a.m. talking with her, and she's just like, I feel like when I hear your poetry, I have a friend who understands me. Wow. I have somebody that can relate to me. And I'm telling her, like, everything that you're telling me that you're going through as a teen, I was there with you. So don't ever feel like you're going through it alone. That's what I want people to understand. Like, we're all in it together, and that you won't know that until you express it. Sometimes if we don't talk about it, we don't know that other people are going through it too. So when I do talk about what I'm going through, millions of people are going, wow, I thought I was the only person in that position. And I'm like, no, we're all in this together. And that's how you create those bonds and those relationships with people that you don't necessarily know. It's powerful. Hey, it's Kira J here with the Peace of Mind Show with GT Vision Productions. You can follow me on Instagram at IamKiraJ. You can check out my website, www.IamKiraJ.com. And look out for me on Facebook. You can find me at Kira J or Kira Brandon, my personal page. I want to take my time and learn about him, away from all distractions. I want to study his past, his present, his future, to really understand his actions. I want to erase all that I think I know and give him a clean slate. So you got to start at the beginning to really understand what's on his plate. The black man in the ghetto is a lone wolf from the day that they are born. Broken homes, discovered futures, they coming into this shit torn. And most of them are being raised by their grandparents instead of their unable mothers. Learning lessons that you could only learn in the streets, like never get too close to others. And some just work with what they have and play the cards that they get dealt. And the wolves never show no emotion, because out there, showing love will get you killed. Brought up in neighborhoods that forces you into a certain lifestyle for you to be fed. And it's been orchestrated to have only two outcomes. You end up in jail or you're going to end up dead. And the wolves are taught these are their only options, and no one cares about their voice. So from young, he inherits this lifestyle, and it's foul because he never even had a real choice. The world has made it clear that they want the wolves away from their books and in front of their triggers. They don't want him to think he's no equal, so don't call him a man. We'll just call him all niggas. The average black male in the ghetto doesn't survive past 25. They're prosecuted for their decisions when they're just trying to stay alive. See, the cure for this destruction is for the packs of wolves to find a way to unite. Because if they came together, they see that there is no progress within their fight. The greatest enemy a black man has, right now, it looks like it's one another. They can't stop and unite as brothers because they're killing off each other. And know this, until the wolves stop fighting within the packs, the violence will never stop. Because I know far more black lives that were ended by our own hands than those that were ended by cops. And when they do get slain by outside sources, it's always at the hands of the police. And there's never any justice served for them because nobody cares about the boys from the streets. Look, I'm not saying that they are victims, but this was all Willie Lynch's plan. So from the outside looking in, it's easy to judge, but you don't fully understand. They've been tricked into believing they're stuck. And that's society's greatest deception. Because if you gave them the right tools for the journey, each wolf is going to head off in the right direction. And I have faith in all my lone wolves out there who often feel like they're under attack. You just hold down the front of your pack, but just know that your she-wolves got your back.
I'm like light in a bottle, ignite expensive like 5 bottles. Fuckin' with a light-skinned model who like running with a guy on the mic with the power. I ain't sight, you cowards. Make motherfuckers think twice when they get clobbered. Dealing with a slight switch and I might flip if anybody think about kicking my tower.